Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has generated a lot of buzz when he deleted a post where he addressed Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as Mr. President. What happened was that as a result of the public angst against Bola Tinubu's large convoy when he visited Lagos, at a time that Nigerians were crying that their leaders are telling them to sacrifice. And when it appeared there is little left again to sacrifice, Tinubu was in Lagos with over 110 convoy, and some say it's 120 convoy, depending on which number you want to take. But the fact remains, a huge number of convoy that was enough to generate concern by Nigerians. So, Peter Obi was among Nigerian leaders that reacted to it. So, in his Twitter handle, he wrote that about the convoy. He said, allegedly showing Mr. President moving with about a 120 car convoy. While I have not had the opportunity of seeing the said video, my advice remains consistently that sacrifices for a better Nigeria must start from the leaders at all levels of government. He later deleted this statement. That is, deleted the part of that Mr. President, okay, and published a new one where he substituted the name, substituted Mr. President to a trending motorcade video. In the new tweet he wrote, "We can't continue to preach for the people to sacrifice without sacrificing too. The sacrifices must now start from the leaders, visibly and measurably at all times, because the people are suffering. We must now be at the forefront of addressing the suffering." Now, what generated a lot of interest to some people is that Peter Obi deleted Mr. President. I think it's in his right to delete it, because it is his fundamental human right to delete whatever you want to delete. Like somebody used to say, the Oyibo that made pencil also made eraser. So because you post something doesn't mean you can't change it. Besides, Peter Obi may have looked at it from the legal perspective. After all, he is challenging Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, his emergence as the president of Nigeria, in court. So it could be misconstrued that by his addressing Tinubu as Mr. President, he had accepted that he was actually the rightful winner of the February 25, 2023 presidential election. And you know that nothing could be further from the truth, because Peter Obi has consistently maintained that election was his own election, that it was stolen from him. So it will be against his own personal interest to acknowledge Tinubu as the president, because by acknowledging Tinubu as the president, he might also be doing damage to his matter in court. Of course, you can say, okay, Asiwaju has been declared president and he has been sworn in, and there is no vacuum that Tinubu is the president. Now, fine and good. But Peter Obi reserved the right to accept him or not until the Supreme Court rules, until the Election Petition Tribunal, from the tribunal to the Supreme Court finally. And there are many people who have refused to congratulate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to this day. People like this Catholic Cardinal Onaeka say he doesn't believe that we have a president yet until the Supreme Court rules. And there are many like that. The mainstream Afenifere, led by Ayo Adebanjo, has not congratulated Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. They are waiting for the final judgment in the court. So if Afenifere, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, and several other bodies, including the Middle Belt Forum, including the Middle Belt Forum, including the PANDEF, Niger Delta PANDEF, led by Edwin Clark. They have not yet congratulated Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. They have not. They are still waiting for the courts to say the final outcome of 2023 presidential election. So if all these other people could be enlightened enough not to recognize that Asiwaju is there now and are still waiting for the Supreme Court before they can congratulate him, before they can say anything further on this, I think Peter Obi did the right thing by deleting that tweet of referring to Asiwaju as Mr. President. Because the issue of the matter is that if he doesn't do that, there is already a propaganda going on right now. That propaganda is being pushed by APC and their propaganda machinery that the election is over. That the election is over since Asiwaju has been sworn in. And you see them carrying out a lot of activities, sacking the CBN governor or suspending the CBN governor, the EFCC chairman, doing all kinds of things, sacking service chiefs and all that, to show that there is a new sheriff in town. A new sheriff may be in town, but is he the last of the sheriffs? Is he the last? Because the Supreme Court will eventually speak on this matter. And already, with the kind of evidence coming out from the courts, it is obvious that seriously, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu should also be worried. Because if you look at the evidence that was presented in court in terms of inconsistency in his certificates in NYSC and all that, and you remember how in 2019 it is as a result of inconsistency in documented certificates with INEC. That was how they nullified the election of Bayelsa State governor-elect, who was from the APC too. The election was eventually annulled or nullified, and PDP took over the state. Because that kind of certificate inconsistency, forgery of certificates, and all kinds of things, the same thing is dogging Tinubu right now in the court. Then there is the issue of non-transmission of the presidential election results through the beavers, as was claimed by INEC that that's what they're going to do. They didn't do that. So a whole lot of things going against him in the court. And of course, there are many other issues. The issue of federal capital territory Abuja, the 25% in Abuja, which Asiwaju did not get. So there are a lot of things going on in the court that if you really pay attention, you will know that it is not yet over until it is over. And they want everybody to think that the whole thing is over. Asiwaju has come to stay. So Peter Obi writing to it where he addressed him as Mr. President will be giving oxygen to that kind of belief that the election is already over. That the election is already over and going to court is just a mere formality. It's not that anything tangible will come out of it. I think Peter Obi himself does not agree with such kind of view. Peter Obi don't even agree with those who believe that the justices of Nigeria can be bought and sold, can be bought. So he still have strong confidence in the judiciary to do the right thing. And like I keep saying, if Peter Obi does not believe that he stands a chance to win this election, even through the courts, he will not waste his millions of naira paying senior advocates of Nigeria to go and be wasting their time there. Peter Obi is a man who made his money through hard work. And people who made their money through hard work, they don't waste it through lawyers. They preserve it. If Peter Obi has no chance in this case, he will rather give the money to charity than throw it around to lawyers that will achieve nothing. But he has strong faith in the judiciary. He has strong faith in his lawyers. And it's a path he has passed through before. It took him 3 years to reclaim his mandate that was given to him by the people of Anambra State in 2010. He finally got it through the Supreme Court in 2006. So the part of the court is a road well traveled as far as Peter Obi is concerned. And like I said, because he is on this path, be rest assured that Peter Obi believes that he has a chance to overturn the election of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Therefore, it will be foolhardy of him to continue to address Asiwaju as Mr. President while still challenging his election. Because if you say that the person there is not supposed to be there, you don't have to recognize him until you push your matter to the last bus stop, which is the Supreme Court. It's after the Supreme Court say that he is still the one, then you are free to recognize him as such. So Peter Obi did the right thing. He may not have thought deep about it before doing that, but he had been very careful not to address Tinubu as president until this incident of huge convoy of Asiwaju, which he commented about and wrote about it in his Twitter handle. I think it's the right thing that he did. Peter Obi was right to delete that tweet where he addressed Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as Mr. President. I know some other people I know how Buhari, when Buhari was defeated in 2011 election. But this one we're not talking about address, but Buhari refused to attend any Council of State meeting that Jonathan ever called. So these are some of the things. Perhaps he believed that Jonathan did not win failure or whatever. But truth remains, in 2011, Jonathan won him, defeated him, hands down. Free and fair. The Nigerians wanted breath of fresh air under Jonathan, and they got it. That's true, but you can't even compare it to this issue. But I know that even Buhari, throughout the time of Obasanjo, he took Obasanjo to court in 2003 to Supreme Court, 2000 and 2003 Obasanjo to Supreme Court that Obasanjo did not win the election. The matter reached the Supreme Court 2003. Okay, until the Supreme Court. At that time, Buhari was also giving indication that he didn't recognize Obasanjo as the president. So it is nothing new. It is nothing new. But in this case, Peter Obi is even standing on a bit stronger ground. Because if you look at the way the election was conducted and the spread of Peter Obi's vote, when Buhari was talk about Buhari in 2003, how many states was he able to win, except states in the Northeast? He was able to get some votes there. But you can see Peter Obi's vote cut across South, South, Southeast, North, Central, and even in the Northwest and Northeast. But for the alleged election rigging, he did so well. So he stands on a better ground to challenge Asiwaju's victory than even Buhari challenging Obasanjo and Jonathan, because at that time I don't see what gave Buhari the temerity to believe that he won those elections, 2011 and 2012. No, it wasn't possible for him to have done that. But Peter Obi, many people agree, the opinion polls by CNN, by several international media organizations, CNN, others, they were projecting Peter Obi to win the election. And Peter Obi did fantastically well in the election. And many strongly believe that if not for rigging, that Peter Obi won this election. And that is why the matter is now in court, where he has gone to prove that he won the election. So if you are in court challenging Tinubu's victory, it will be unconscionable for you to go about calling him Mr. President, or writing about him as Mr. President. So Peter Obi is right. He's right to delete that tweet. It's not right, and I don't expect him to do that mistake again. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you and yours.